Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, founder of Succeed Through Speaking, and in this episode, I'm joined today by Ruth Kudzi, who runs Kudzi Coach Academy. So, Ruth, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Hello, thank you very much for having me.
No problem at all. Whereabouts in the world are you right now?
I'm in Southeast London.
Okay, great, thank you. And before we get into today's questions, let's just take a quick look at what you do. So, as mentioned before, Ruth runs Kudzi Coach Academy, and she trains both new coaches and existing coaches to develop their skills, and also spends time working with experienced coaches to help them level up in both their business and in their lives. The title for today's episode is How to Be Emotionally Resilient, and Ruth is going to show us how to do that in just 7 minutes. So, Ruth, your first question is, who are your ideal clients?
So my ideal clients, I've got two different sorts. They are either professionals who have been in their job for a while and they want to do something different and retrain. So they can be from all backgrounds: education, accountancy, marketing, police officers, boxers. I get a whole range of
Yeah,
people there. Or they're existing business owners and they've been in business probably for 3, 4, 5 years, and they really want to up level their skills, add coaching, or they want to scale their business.
great. And let's take a look at those people that want to get into coaching or new coaches. What is typically the biggest challenge that they face?
There's so many different places they can train, so looking at where they can train, and then really understanding the marketing aspect, because you've got the two things: being a great coach and being a great marketeer, and you need to have both of them together if you want to build a successful business.
Of course. And then if we take a look on the other side at the experienced coaches that want to level up, what is typically the biggest challenge that they face?
It's mindset. I actually think it's about them really stepping up to be the CEO, and that means that they're managing a team. It means that they're making significant decisions, and I think for many people it's about getting into that discomfort and being okay with being in discomfort sometimes.
Great, thank you very much. And let's stick with the theme of the experienced coaches just for a second. This thing around discomfort and mindset, what impact does it have on their business if they don't get this right?
If they don't get it right, they're going to stay where they are, because there is that level that you have to go. And there's a really interesting stat that 95%, I think it's 95%, 90-ish of women who set up their own businesses, and I'm sure it's similar with men, don't ever earn as much as they did in their highest salary when they were employed. So it's a massive mindset thing that if if they don't actually break through it, they're going to stay at a particular level. So they're creating their own glass ceiling in their head.
Understood. And so, if somebody is stuck in that position right now, what is one valuable piece of advice that you might give them to really help them move past that point in their lives?
I would say to them to really consider, like, first of all, to make sense of, actually, I might have been earning this as a salary, but I'm earning this as a revenue. So I need to really work. If I want to be that into that place, I need to earn it as a salary, which means I need to get more. But getting some support to
Yeah.
identify what is going on with their beliefs, because usually, it's not about them not knowing what to do. It's about them working out the thoughts that they've got in their head, those beliefs that are limiting them stepping forward. So it's like sometimes a lot of my clients, and I've been there too, can feel like they know how to get over there, but for some reason, that the mind and the body aren't working together.
Mm.
So starting to unpick all of that, right? Okay, so what do I need to do next? How do I need to challenge the way that I think? Who do I know who's actually done this? I mean, that is one of the most powerful things that we can do, is to work with people who are that bit in front of us, who can therefore help show us the way.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be somebody like you say at the very top of the mountain, the guru. And it
Yeah,
can just be the guide that's a couple of steps in front of you that can hold your hand and bring you on that journey.
100%.
And we've spoke before, obviously, and you mentioned that you've got a free resource that coaches can get hold of. And how would they get hold of that resource?
So they can just hop on over to ruthkudzi.com, and the resource is there. It's a coaching toolkit. So it gives you lots and lots of different tools and techniques that you can use with your clients.
Excellent. And what I'll do as well is I'll post the link to ruthkudzi.com underneath this episode so people can just click that, jump in and download that free coaching toolkit.
Brilliant.
Great. So just to change the topic slightly for a second, more focused on yourself and your journey, what would you say is the greatest failure or even mistake that you've made along your way? And what impact or what did you learn from that?
I think it was comparing myself to others. So I was doing things that I believed I had to do because I saw other people around me doing them. And it meant that I didn't really move forward because it wasn't feeling aligned and it wasn't based on me. So, for example, when I started coaching, someone said to me, don't share your qualifications and experience because it will put people off. So I didn't. But actually, the right people, the people that are interested in working with me, are interested in that part. So I think it was more about that mindset thing as well, about looking at others rather than learning to trust yourself. And that meant that I invested money, which probably, it was a great learning experience, but probably I could have got a better return investing it elsewhere. And I took action that really wasn't the right action for me.
Yeah, yeah. And that investing in yourself is the best investment you make as long as you invest it in the right place, with
Exactly.
the right guide. Yeah. Great. And finally from me, I like to always ask this question to give you an opportunity to explore other areas. But what is one question that I should have asked you that would also give great value to our audience today?
I think, what do you do when things go wrong? I think the measure of an entrepreneur is how you respond to failure and how you respond to things that don't go right. And I've had this in my business this week, and it's about being able to take a step back, see the learning, look at, okay, so you're like, okay, what can I do short term? What can I do long term? And just being able to really be flexible, because it's never failure. It's always, everything is fixable. And sometimes it may be difficult to fix it, but everything is fixable. So if I'm ever talking to entrepreneurs, I want to know how they respond to things that don't work, because that is much, there's so much more in the person than how they respond to things that do work.
Great. And is this the term emotionally resilient that we speak about,
Yes,
that
that
you're
is
referring
all
to?
about emotional resilience.
Yeah, great. And that's a great way to really sum up this interview, because that is such a powerful skill to have, especially now during
Mm.
this time. We're going through so much change in all industries. So, Ruth, thank you so much again for your time today. It's a great message that you're sharing. And like I said, at a time when we need it the most. So, really appreciate you joining. And I'm sure we'll get to speak again very soon.
Thank you so much.